Meghan's become a real nuisance around here. I've personally seen her drones drifting onto my property, constant, intrusive, and frankly unacceptable. Montecito officials have received multiple complaints from residents. It's clear she won't be staying much longer.
Meghan Markle has reportedly become a growing source of frustration within the exclusive Montecito community. According to multiple accounts, her presence has shifted from curiosity to controversy, with neighbors describing behavior they claim is intrusive, disruptive, and increasingly intolerable. Among the most vocal figures is actor Rob Lowe, a longtime resident of the area, who has allegedly accused Meghan of repeatedly violating the unspoken rules that govern life in this privacy-obsessed enclave. Montecito has long been regarded as a sanctuary for the wealthy and famous, a sun-drenched coastal haven where Hollywood elites and tech titans retreat behind gated estates, manicured hedges, and a shared expectation of discretion. Privacy here is not just a preference, it is a currency. Fame does not grant special privileges, and restraint is expected from everyone who calls the area home. Yet, according to sources within the community, that balance has been severely disrupted since Meghan Markle and Prince Harry arrived in 2020. What initially sparked excitement over the arrival of the former royals has reportedly morphed into resentment. Neighbors who once welcomed the couple now describe a pattern of conduct that they believe crosses established boundaries. Rob Lowe, known for his decades-long residence in Montecito and his deep ties to the community, has allegedly broken his silence, painting a picture of escalating tensions that culminated in official complaints and potential eviction proceedings. According to claims attributed to Lowe, Meghan has allegedly deployed drones over neighboring properties, capturing footage without consent. He has described these incidents as constant, invasive, and wholly unacceptable. Sources say Lowe personally witnessed unmanned aerial vehicles drifting onto his property on multiple occasions, hovering over private spaces and recording activity without permission. In one particularly unsettling account, he reportedly spotted a drone lingering near his pool during a family gathering, its camera visibly active. When Lowe confronted nearby security personnel, he was allegedly met with denials, further fueling his frustration. These incidents, he claims, were not isolated. Rather, they were part of a broader pattern of surveillance that left residents feeling exposed and violated. Other neighbors reportedly shared similar experiences, describing drones hovering over gardens, private parties, and family events. The irony has not gone unnoticed. Meghan and Harry famously cited media intrusion as a primary reason for stepping back from royal duties, yet they now stand accused of employing similar tactics in their adopted home. According to insiders, these drones were not recreational devices, but professional-grade equipment, allegedly used for content creation tied to Meghan's media ventures. Some residents believe the footage may have been intended for streaming projects or promotional material. Complaints reportedly poured into local authorities, prompting investigations by Montecito officials as well as federal agencies responsible for regulating drone activity. Federal aviation rules strictly limit where and how drones can be flown, especially over private property without consent. Sources claim those regulations were repeatedly ignored, leading to a surge in formal grievances throughout 2024 and 2025. As tensions mounted, Lowe's concerns reportedly extended beyond aerial surveillance. He has allegedly accused Meghan's team of employing bullying tactics, describing interactions where neighbors who raised objections were met with intimidation, legal threats, or outright dismissal. According to one anonymous resident, attempts to voice concerns were often followed by a sudden chill, cold shoulders, blocked communication, or warnings delivered through intermediaries. These allegations gained wider attention after Lowe reportedly discussed the situation during a podcast appearance in mid-2025. Though he avoided naming Meghan directly, listeners quickly connected the dots. The episode drew millions of downloads and ignited online speculation, pushing what had once been whispered grievances firmly into the public spotlight. Lowe's motivations, according to those close to him, are not rooted in personal animosity. He has reportedly spoken positively about Prince Harry in the past and acknowledged the initial boost the couple brought to local prestige and property values. However, he has emphasized that celebrity status does not excuse behavior that undermines community harmony. As complaints multiplied, Lowe allegedly joined a group of residents who formally petitioned local authorities, documenting drone activity, road blockages, and disruptions linked to the Sussex estate. This collective action drew the involvement of the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office and the Federal Aviation Administration, elevating the matter from neighborhood dispute to regulatory concern. Yet, Lowe is not the only voice in this growing chorus of discontent. Other Montecito residents, many of whom prefer anonymity despite their prominence, have come forward with accounts that echo similar frustrations. Local journalist Richard Miniards has publicly described Meghan as largely absent from community life, suggesting her reclusiveness has fostered resentment. He claims she has failed to engage meaningfully with local events or charitable initiatives, disappointing those who expected a more active presence. Frank McGinnity, an 88-year-old veteran living nearby, recounted a humiliating encounter in which he was allegedly turned away at the Sussex gates while attempting to deliver a welcome gift. He described the security response as dismissive and rude, reinforcing perceptions of arrogance and detachment. Additional complaints include blocked public pathways during walks, road closures without notice, excessive noise from construction or private events, and aggressive legal responses to minor disputes. In one alleged case, neighbors who complained about bright security lights shining into their home at night reportedly received cease and desist letters instead of dialogue. These stories have fueled accusations that Meghan has used her influence to dominate rather than cooperate, standing in stark contrast to Montecito's traditionally collaborative spirit. Even high-profile figures with nearby properties have remained conspicuously silent, though whispers suggest the ripple effects have reached well beyond a single street. At the center of the controversy remains the drone issue. Multiple residents claim drones linked to the Sussex estate repeatedly violated private airspace. Reports describe sleek, silent machines equipped with high-resolution cameras, hovering unnoticed until spotted. Some neighbors allege the devices targeted other celebrity residents, sparking fears that private lives were being turned into background footage. Authorities reportedly began tracing flight data, collecting witness videos, and reviewing evidence tied to production companies associated with Archwell. As findings accumulated, relationships within the community deteriorated, with residents growing increasingly anxious and vigilant, scanning the skies for signs of intrusion. Bullying allegations further deepened the divide. Neighbors describe subtle pressure tactics, social exclusion, and retaliatory media leaks aimed at critics. Informal alliances formed among residents to document incidents, while legal filings reportedly referenced emails and letters that suggested intimidation. By late 2024, Montecito officials could no longer ignore the mounting complaints. Reviews were initiated by county planning departments and law enforcement agencies, focusing on drone violations, nuisance reports, and land use compliance. Records reportedly show multiple warnings issued to the Sussex estate, citing unauthorized activity and repeated disturbances. Eviction proceedings, rare in such an affluent area, were allegedly pursued under local ordinances governing residential conduct. Sources claim a formal notice was served in October 2025, offering the couple an opportunity to resolve the issues or relocate. Mediation efforts reportedly failed, with evidence presented during tense meetings that included drone footage and eyewitness testimony. If finalized, the eviction would mark a stunning fall from grace. Public reaction has been sharply divided, with some sympathizing with the couple's privacy struggles, while others applaud the community's insistence on accountability. The implications stretch far beyond Montecito. For Meghan, the controversy threatens to unravel the carefully crafted narrative of empowerment and reinvention that defined her post-royal life. Instead of a symbol of liberation, she is increasingly portrayed as the antagonist in a suburban conflict of her own making. Prince Harry, long cast as a supportive partner, now faces scrutiny over his alleged awareness of the drone activities. Insiders claim he may have tacitly approved them as part of content creation, raising questions about judgment and unity. Financial repercussions loom large. Relocating from their $14 million estate could result in significant losses, especially amid reports of strained finances. While estimates place their combined net worth around $60 million, lucrative media deals have faltered. Spotify partnerships have collapsed, and their Netflix agreement, initially touted as a $100 million deal, reportedly delivered far less and is set to expire in 2025 without renewal. Hollywood insiders suggest reputational damage may deter future collaborations. Meanwhile, Archwell's philanthropic image risks erosion if bullying allegations continue to gain traction. On a broader scale, the saga underscores a growing demand for celebrity accountability. Montecito has become a microcosm of a larger truth. Even the ultra-wealthy must respect communal norms or face consequences. As 2025 draws to a close, silence from the Sussex camp speaks volumes. No public denials, no counter-narratives, only speculation about internal turmoil, strategic retreat, or calculated restraint. Neighbors, including Lowe, express no triumph, only relief at the possibility of restoring peace. Speculation swirls about potential relocations to Malibu, remote ranches, or even Europe, but the central question remains unresolved: can fame and genuine privacy ever truly coexist? Montecito's unfolding drama serves as a cautionary tale. Even paradise has limits. And as legal documents inch toward finalization and moving trucks loom as a possibility, the world watches, waiting to see whether this marks the end of the Sussex's California chapter, or merely another dramatic pivot in the evolving story of royal exile.